And next, again, let's welcome Brother Andy Kaoh, and he's going to tell us the causes and effects that had led to this event. Thank you.
So 50 years ago, even until 30 years ago, it would not be possible for me to be here, standing here, spending time with venerable and all the Buddhist friends. And the reason was because when I was young, I was Christian. And in Taiwan, not very much over here. In Taiwan, Christians used to say that Buddhism is a species and it's not scientific. And Buddhist, because you believe in Buddhism, that's why you are poor. The example was, they all thought that Buddhists came from India. And so if you believe in Buddhism, you'll be poor, like India. If you believe in Christian, then you'll be rich like Americans. And I guess that's why I came here to America, trying to be rich. So, I know by now that's all not true, As a Christian, I say that every time, it's just, I would say that somebody up there, maybe Guan Yin, was trying to set me up for this. What happened was that coincidentally, being a Christian, we all say at the end we will go to heaven. And when I first heard my mom got cancer, I had this agreement with her. I said that, you know what, someday we're going to go to heaven, and so, I'm going to go baptize today. And when you go to heaven first, when I get there, I have this yellow page, the white page. It used to have this phone books that you can find, the people you're looking for. So I told my mom that I would go for the white page and find you, And my mom was very, very touched, so she also went baptized. At first we were just Christian, but we never, got baptized. And because of that agreement, because of that, when my mom passed away, I was, all of a sudden, I said, okay, my mom, the moment I heard my mom pass away, it was a relief because my mom had 6 too, she had cancer. And it was really painful. So the first thought was that, oh, my mom went to heaven. So it was a relief for me. But then a few months later, I started to wonder, where is heaven, right? I never been there. Okay, so what if there was a very compassionate person named Jesus, and he saw people cry when people die, and he just want to say a story, and so make you, feel comfortable with your mom in heaven, so you feel comfortable. Well, you know what? My mom was a real mom. I could hug her and hold her. I cannot take that. I went to ask every pastor, and they said, just believe it. Just believe it, okay? I just can't do that. So I said I had to go out and look for the truth. What is the truth? What is the universal truth? Why am I here? What happened to me? Where did I come from? So I just had to find that. Of course, my family, everyone didn't understand what I was doing. And so I set out to look for it, and it was painful at the very beginning because all my Christian friends, said, oh, especially when one day I thought maybe the answer is actually in the Buddhist, in Buddhism. So I prayed very hard because my friend all said I'm a traitor, so they all kind of laughed me, I was by myself. But I had to find the truth. I pray every day, and back then I prayed to Jesus, and I said, you know what? I have to find out what's the truth. I cannot just believe in that. And one day, I had a dream. Someone told me, you don't own anything in this life. You don't have any rights to this life. The only rights you have is to know the truth. So, go out and look for the truth. So that started my journey to look for the universe. What is the truth? And I was very, very fortunate. I try to make the long story short. I found this sutra called Diamond Sutra. When I was little, my grandma used to chant the sutra. I didn't know what that was. I asked my grandma, what are you mumbling? And my grandma said, oh, that's Jing Gang Jing. So I said, oh, okay. So obviously, when I'm getting curious, like maybe my answer is in Buddhism, I was looking for something called Jing Gang Jing, So then I picked up one, and I started to read it, and I really couldn't understand a word in there because it is and is not, and is not mean it is. So it's really confusing to me, right? So I said, I need to find out how to read this, sutra. And fortunately, one night I had a dream. Somebody came and taught me the Diamond Sutra. From there, I was really, really touched. I just want to say, to Buddha, even though, I couldn't see him. I just want to tell Buddha that how much I appreciate for the unconditional I don't know about you. Most of you probably never talk bad. You never really talk bad about Buddhism. But I did. And with the dream telling me to go out look for the truth, with the dream to come to teach me Diamond Sutra, the unconditional forgiveness, and the compassion is beyond words can express. And because of that, I realized how compassionate Buddha was. I don't know if you ever read the sutra that touch you. For me, not only that it touches me, it just made me realize that that is something that I have to absolutely put everything down to learn. So I decided, with all my efforts, my time, my money, my spirit, and my soul, to support Buddhism, to make what was given to me available to everyone on earth. The teaching was very beautiful. And so I started to do my normal thing every day. I ran into mistakes, and I changed, and I mistake, I correct myself. And so I've been doing that for a while. And 2015, April 28, I had a mini stroke. I had 2 strokes before then. I recovered very fast. So I said, well, maybe someday I'll invent a Tylenol for stroke. Someday there will be no more stroke, no more cancer. And so one day I was laying on my bed and I was thinking, wait a minute. About 15, 20 years ago, I said I wanted to work hard. I wanted to make the money to help Buddhists to succeed. But I haven't done all that I need to do. And I asked, where are the people who need me? Well, guess what? I said that in April 2016. 2016, September, I was invited to go to Korea to look at the temple. And, the temple was supposed to, it's called Da Hua Yan's temple. And on 2016, January, I went with Jian Fei Fa Shi, go to Korea to offer the Hua Yan Jing. But for some reason, we didn't go to Da Hua Yan Si, okay? So that temple is with the name of the sutra. So when I was told that we're going to a temple 1600 year, I was so excited. The ones that we went were all 1300 year old, and it was really amazing how they kept that well. And so I decided to go with them, and they said, Dr. Yo said they were going to WFB to introduce the potato project that we have. So we had Reverend Fukumoto going there too to introduce the potato project. So anyway, when we went there, Mr. Yang and Dr. Zhong Mei took us to the temple, and we had a great time. I really loved the temples that Dr. Zhong Yu took us. And after that, they told me that they were going to WFB. So I was thinking, what is WFB, right? They said something about World Buddhist, so fellowship. I like to go and to know more Buddhists, the Buddhist friends. And so we went there, and they were doing some kind of, discussion, meetings, and it had nothing to do with us. So we were in the back, we got jet lag. I hope some of you travel from so far. I hope you don't have a jet lag, And I had jet lag. I didn't know what they were doing. And I wasn't even a member. So me and Reverend Fukumoto, we were in the back and we were dozing sleep. And halfway, I heard my name. So I opened my eyes and I look up there. And, why is my name up there? So I went to the front and talked to Dr. Yo, and Dr. Yo said, and Peter and Louis, I don't know where he is, but I said, hey, why is my name up there? I thought maybe, probably they put my name up there because nobody knew my name. And anyway, the long story short, after that we went to lunch, and then everybody came up and said, congratulations, you are the new chairman. I said, huh? They said it's a standing committee. I said, I'm sleeping director. So anyway, I was shocked. Reverend Fukumoto was there, and I wanted him to be the chairman because he said he always wanted to do something for Buddhism, for Buddhists. But anyway, long story short, I was still the one that elected and to do the job. So he showed me, Andy, this is what the director needs to do. Isn't that what you want to do? And it was amazing. After I read it, I realized that my job is actually to help all the temples and the centers of Buddhism in the world. And that was exactly what I want to do. So I took the job. And then I was told that I have to have a forum. At first, I thought, and we said, oh, we're going to have a forum, 30 to 50 people at the most. And, so we said, that's pretty simple. We all sit down and discuss how we're going to help Buddhists, right? But then when we sent our invitation, then from foreign country, we had registered one was 102 or something like that. And the ones that called me and emailed me and said they were coming were about 30 of them. So the total was about 130. Unfortunately, 65 couldn't get a visa here. And so they couldn't, be with us. But, as a person who used to be a Christian and criticizing Buddhists for being poor, today, on behalf of WFB, and as a current, for this moment, a chairman of WFB Socioeconomics, my main job is to help you to prosper, help all Buddhists in this world to prosper. Thank you very much.
Thank you. This is really an inspiration for all of us. You can see Buddha's compassion in Andy himself. We all know that this doesn't just happen suddenly because Andy must, in his previous lives, has done so much to be able to experience what he's experiencing today. And he has a mission because he had made a vow early in his career now, to help the Buddhism. Yeah, Andy, please.
Yes. I always remember how grateful it is what was given to me. And I know many of you still struggle. I just want to give what was given to me. To all of you. And so, in appreciation of Buddha, I know that we could not see him, but his Dharma is always there. His compassion is always there. In appreciation of Buddha, I use my Christian song. To thank Buddha, thank all of you for all these years of accepting me. As you are Dharma brothers and sisters. May I use this song to express my gratitude to my teacher, Sakyamuni Buddha. I think a lot of you know this song. It's called You Raise Me Up.
We can see that Andy is very embedded with the compassion of the Buddha. Sometimes I wonder, when I read the Buddha's story, that he was a prince, he's got everything in the world, but when he go out of the palace walls, when he sees dying people, when he sees sickness, people who are sick, that all of a sudden, he turned around and trying to find out a way that can help people cure all of this. I said, how could people do that? I go to funeral homes. I have relatives who got sick, who passed away, but I don't feel the same thing that the Buddha had felt, and drove him to do what he did. Abandon all his life, his princehood, and everything. And today I see it manifested in Andy, because also through his mother's passing, Andy started to search the meaning of life, and that has led him to this point. And also, I believe that causes an effect. So he has accumulated enough wealth so that he can help other Buddhists to achieve and propagate Buddha in this world. So really, today is a great example for myself to see this kind of thing really happen. Of course, again, it's not by luck. Andy must have in the previous life have done a lot to be able to appreciate and to try to find life's meaning on his mother's passing. And so I wish we all have the same opportunities. And now, the song, please.
Well, we have a little difficulty here. If it still doesn't come out, I'll sing it for you. A few weeks ago, 2 months ago, I all of a sudden, after the stroke, I couldn't sing. But after, a few months ago, all of a sudden I was able to sing. Even though I couldn't sing as good as I used to. But I was able to sing. I just didn't practice this song. And the person who sang it sang much, much better. So, hopefully we can get this thing going.
When I am down and oh, my soul is so weary, when troubles come and my heart burden me, then I am still and wait here in the silence until you come and sit a while with me. You raise me up so I can stand
you, Buddha, and thank you, everyone.
Thank you very much, Andy, for sharing your touching experience with us and really give us something to follow. Yes, let's seek refuge in Buddha, Sangha, and Dharma so that we can stand on mountains and we can walk on the stormy seas of this samsara. With that, thank you very much. We'll have our snack break now outside.